were several groups. One of the principal ones was the reptilians from the Orion complex.
Without any exaggeration, it was like being on fire inside.
Rats were eating you up inside.
This stuff was in my mouth. It felt like it was 500 degrees. It was unbelievably hot.
My first question would be, were you a member of the Church of Satan, a card-carrying member of the Church of Satan?
I don't understand.
There's always an argument for everything, you know? Just because somebody can fake something doesn't necessarily mean it's
Warren, we found a life form. And that's when I started shitting my pants.
So for the person who called, I am carrying an alien.
An alien baby, we covered right here, okay?
Okay.
Something is happening. What is it? That's the question. So do UFOs exist? It depends on what you mean exist.
The United States is home to many interesting and well-known alien abductees. Individuals like Travis Walton from Fire in the Sky, Whitley Strieber from Communion, and of course, David Huggins and his sexy lady Grey Crescent. But what about our friends from across the pond, the Brits? Do they have any classically fascinating abductee characters? They do, and we will discuss a few of them tonight as the Unbelievers podcast are again taken into the realm of Close Encounters of the Fourth Kind as we analyze an amazing documentary that chronicles the life and times of an up-and-coming alien investigation group and the unfortunate souls who seek their help because of aliens. So grab some fried chicken and get in the isolation tent. It's time for Confessions of an Alien Abductee, right in the program where you continue to learn to unlearn everything you know. Hello and welcome to the Unbelievers podcast. I'm Rus Ryan, and joining me as always is Drea Mora. Hello, Drea.
Hello.
And of course, soundboard engineer and producer Rob Okey.
Am I an alien? Absolutely. I am.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Pretty good.
How's it going, Rob? How's it going, Drea? And Rob, wow, props on last week. Woo, all that heavy lifting on that Giants episode. No pun intended.
Yeah, apparently people liked it. I'm happy everybody liked it. This week's research was so much nicer and easier. I didn't have to read excerpts from the Bible for weeks. I just had to sit and watch an amazing documentary. So, thank you for that. I'm glad everybody enjoyed the Giants episode.
What do you mean have to? I mean, more like you would get to read the Bible.
No, you have to. You have to.
We said it was our favorite book at the end, so we got to stick with it. It's part of it. But yeah, well, this week, yes, you get to sit back a little, and it's over now. Now we're back to the total shit show, and I can't wait for it.
Yay.
I'm excited. Let's just get into it. It's time for Confessions of an Alien Abductee.
Aliens got me knocked up.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I've been probed.
Yes, welcome aboard. Unbelievers Podcast, Season 6, Year 6, 2024.
Holy
and watch
shit.
Watch out, we're coming in hot. Am I right, Rob, Drea?
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, you are, dude. I like that. We're starting off hardcore punk.
Yeah, I love that UFO, you fuck off.
Yeah, that's what UFO stands for in that song. You fuck off.
Makes so much sense.
Clever Brits. And yes, I am right usually because on this very program, we will be returning to the world of alien abductees, but not just any ordinary abductees. These are British alien abductees from a very insightful documentary titled Confessions of an Alien Abductee. And I'm wildly excited to talk about this with the two of you. And here is some info on this documentary. It's produced in 2013, great year. This film focuses on one of Britain's most unusual phone-based services. This is a phone line that was set up for people who claim to have had close encounters with extraterrestrials. And this seems like a great idea. I'm sure no British person has ever trolled the fuck out of these guys in this phone line.
It's not in their nature to to make fun of things.
I didn't even realize, honestly, I guess I must not have been paying much attention in the beginning that there was a phone line involved at all. I thought that they just rounded these people up.
I didn't either.
But that makes more sense. It makes more sense that there was a phone line that these people all came from. I could see all of them calling into the same phone line.
Definitely.
This is the glue that's going to hold these abductions together. But this is over 10 years old, and it's new to me now. I don't know, this somehow flew under the radar, like some kind of UAP or jellyfish that we've talked about recently. But let's hear the intro and get a sense of the tone of discussion going on here in Confessions of an Alien Abductee.
Flying saucers and beings from outer space have always been regarded as a fantasy from 1950s B-movies. But last year, the MOD released previously unseen documents relating to credible witnesses claiming to have seen UFOs. 10% of us believe we've seen a UFO, and a reported 1,000 Brits a year think they've been abducted by aliens. Now a special support group has been set up helping the growing number of abductees across the UK. So who are these people, and how does it affect them?
I'm all trembling.
What happens when they're abducted, and why do they think they've been chosen?
Do you think you'll find the answer?
I think I'm getting very close, yeah.
Whoa, that double stinger at the end there really grabs you by the short hairs. I like how they reel you in with the MOD files released, the 10% of the population seeing a UFO, and they just start whittling it down. Or and then 1,000 Brits a year claim to be abducted. It sounds very official coming out of the gate.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, if you're going to make a documentary, you have to make sure you've done your research, and you can't just make a documentary without knowing what you're talking about, right? Nobody does that.
They have two stats, which sound important. Then didn't you realize this is based on an abductee call-in line? And they're kind of like, all right, wait. Why did you give us the stats? I will say this is called Confessions of an Alien Abductee. This should be called Confessions of a Few Alien Abductees, because it's not just one person. This is one person's confession. But it's also about this call-in line. And this call-in line is going to be introduced now, and we're going to learn its catchy acronym.
Just outside Heathrow Airport is the technical base of a unique support group. Called a MASH, it's the only British helpline for people who believe they've been abducted by aliens.
We've come together to form a MASH, which stands for Anomalous Mind Management and Abductee Contactee Helpline. It's the only resource that we know of in the UK that provides a sympathetic ear and a port of call to those who are having extraordinary experiences.
The number of members a MASH are helping is constantly increasing.
When they used to come to me, they used to come in this energy of light, and they would come through the windows. I'm now doing this because I think it's time that others need to hear what has been going on.
So this is a MASH? Wow, that's a really catchy name there, you black and tans. A MASH? It actually, here it is. Here's her saying it.
To form a MASH, which stands for Anomalous Mind Management.
AMMAC, Anomalous Mind Management Abductee Contactee Helpline.
So unnecessary.
It's so wordy. It does not need to be that long at all.
It doesn't sound like the letters would make the word a MASH either, the way they do.
Couldn't they just make it like, what did they say, contactee? Also?
Abductee contact. Yeah, because they had to put
Abductee Contactee Helpline.
They had to get that CH.
That's all they had to do.
They had to get that CH in the end. It couldn't just be abductee. It would be amah.
Well, I mean, they didn't. I guess you do have to specify alien, because otherwise it's like, oh, I've been abducted by somebody. I've been contacted by people. Should I call?
Why does everything need to have a cool acronym like that? We don't all. Everything doesn't need that. I don't know why every.
When you're,
that one's not even cool.
Yeah, it's Goof on, Lufon. They all. If you don't got an acronym that you can say like that, and plus they got a great one because someone can call and this is like, is this a MASH? And they're like, yeah, I've got a MASH. Your arse in my face, and they're like, got him. This is a phone line.
I gotta mash some peas.
I'm gonna move on.
I see what you did there.
I gotta ask. Just focusing on this clip. What advantage does it have being airport adjacent? Because they mentioned that the phone line is near Heathrow Airport. I don't know. That you're just throwing it out there. This is an airport adjacent phone line.
Oh my God. I don't know. I actually didn't really, I didn't pick up on that.
That's why I'm here. I'm catching this. Maybe it'll make sense later.
Yeah, I don't know.
So let's learn about Amash. This company is run by two colleagues, as ex-broadcast engineer Miles and trained therapist Joanne. It's a very common colleague situation, therapists and engineers for broadcast. And here, they're going to play one of the phone calls that comes in while filming this. I just have it as a soundboard clip, but get ready to be blown away.
Hello, Amash. Hello, Amash. Hello, Amash. Hello, Amash.
They are strange little people going around in very old cars. He had an eye patch and a black suit.
Okay, that sounds like a pirate.
What the fuck?
That is a sample Amash call.
Eye patch and a black suit? That doesn't sound like an alien.
It sounds like the Carl
Sounds like a
Higdon
pretty fashionable combo, though. This guy's knows what's up.
Sounds like Nick Fury.
No, it sounds like almost like that Carl Higdon one, but I don't know if he had an eye patch, but I always associate him with pirates because he had like that knife hand.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, anybody can make an oopsie daisy and wind up with an eye patch.
I mean,
I or any of us could just one day have an eye patch and not be a pirate or an alien abductee.
But an alien, though?
It's good to call Amash and check with them, and maybe like, I don't know, a pirate ghost.
How big?
Maybe. Well,
that's very Scooby Doo.
How big is an eye patch for a gray alien, though? That's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, may as well just take it out.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know, paint over it. It's such a huge area, and how is that not going to block the other giant eye?
It's just it's not practical.
No,
and that wasn't
not at
much
all.
of a confession that we got there. That was just a straight up phone call. We now get to hear our first confession of an abductee, presumably one that is involved with this Amash phone line. Let's jump now to the town of
Whitby in northeast England. An important council meeting is in progress. It's chaired by 53-year-old Simon Parks, who's been the local Labour councillor there since last year. He also works as a driving instructor.
Follow the road round, bears round to the right. He'll wait for you, he's seen you. He'll wait for you as well, that's fine. And you go.
But when he does have some time off, he likes to go to his attic where he keeps a very special family album.
This is the alien being that I call Mum. Now, it clearly isn't my mother because I'm human, but in my mind, it got me to be convinced that it was my mother. If you can imagine, this alien being has adopted me, and so I refer to it as Mum.
So how often do you see your mum?
Oh, I would say probably once a month, twice a month, depending. And what will happen is that we will hold hands, and I'll say I'm ready, and then the technology that I do not understand, then you are just taken and you go up, straight up to a craft orbiting the Earth.
Yeah, Simon Parks. We know this guy. Jude covered him in our very first episode ever, which is also
Oh,
my first
shit.
episode there.
That's right.
Man, he doesn't know how it happens. He just holds hands with her and he says, "I'm ready." And then he just goes. They just go.
We've known him,
Wow.
and we've known this guy so long. I had no idea he was an Amash alum.
Of course.
So it's great. So but we learn new things. I didn't know he had a secret attic where he has pictures of him and his mom.
Cat
and his
mom.
mom
Yeah.
is a very large mantis lady drawn in marker by Simon Parks. And I didn't know he also taught driver's ed too.
Oh my God. It's so ironic.
That part, right? Was not expecting that little detail.
He's like, I have to do it. I've got to do this job. I was born for it. It's literally my last name.
Yeah, and most of the scenes of him in this are him driving and being.
That's terrible, actually. The only thing I'm really good at is parking.
I'll show you how to park a car.
I'm Simon.
Can't really do the
Double
driving
Park.
bit. No, just the parking.
Just parking. Simon parks, not Simon drives.
Exactly.
Heyo, and also he's 53 and he sees his mom once or twice a month. And like I said, that's not too bad, right?
That's more than I get to see my
It's
mom.
more than I get to see my mom too. What the hell?
Yeah. Can only be so lucky. You
I'm
know?
calling my mom as soon as we get done with this.
That's a good idea.
He's a good alien son.
She's going to be up that late. Dang.
No,
to his mantis mom at least.
Yeah.
At least call your mantis mom tonight. But while mantis mom is a very fascinating encounter to delve into, he has other experiences with a different being that I find more intriguing.
That is the being that I claim to have sexual relations with. So I don't have a name. All I refer to her as is the cat queen.
So you have sex with her?
Yes.
How often?
I don't remember all of it. Probably 4 times a year, something like that.
So do you have any alien children?
You're looking at one here. This is the name, Zarka.
Oh, you?
So that's your child?
Drawing.
Well, yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? But there you go.
Simon's encounters with his alien lover have caused problems with his Earth wife, who has asked not to be filmed.
My wife, found out about it and was very unhappy, clearly. That caused a few problems.
What, was she jealous?
Yes. But it's not on a human level, so I don't see it as wrong.
No.
Okay, so if you fuck a cow, it's like she shouldn't be pissed about that either.
Oh no, this is bad.
He's trying to pull
Honey,
a sneaky.
it's not a human.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
it's
honey.
fine.
This cat queen is an entirely different species.
But honey, she's a cat. It's fine.
This sounds like a really elaborate story he made up to try to cover something up. Like, no, I swear it was the cat queen. It was not my mistress. This feels a little too convenient.
Though. He's gonna start low. He's gotta be like, "Oh, cat alien."
Yeah.
To me, she's royalty.
Oh, that's gonna piss her off more, Russ. Sorry.
It's his cosmic duty to please the queen. He's got little baby Zaka and
Zarka.
Zaka. I saw it. Zaka. And
I thought it was Zarka. But all right, Zaka is fine too.
Yeah, you have to pronounce it in the mother tongue, Zaka.
I'm not going to die on this hill like he's dying on the alien hill. It's going to ruin his fucking marriage. He's willing to sacrifice his actual. Somehow this man got a woman to marry him.
Yeah, an actual Earth woman,
and he's willing to throw that away.
Man, the things that some people will believe in order to just gloss over stuff and be like, you know what, this stinks to high heaven, but I'm going to choose to trust you, and yeah, we'll stay married. Why not?
Imagine she woke him up. He's sleeping one night. She's like, "Who the hell is Cat Queen?"
oh, honey, that's you. That's my name I've got for you. You never called me that. Yeah, I keep it up
She's
here.
like, what are these texts? It's like, oh,
it's a complicated thing. It's not shocking at all that are like, oh, and the wife doesn't want to come on camera. It's like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah,
they always act like
blame
whenever
her?
the story
Right?
comes up.
I don't blame her.
But whenever the story comes up, they're always like a government official, and I'm like, he's like a alderman who's like also does driver's ed. Like he's not like government official. Anyone, this is the lowest level government official.
That's not even true, dude. You could be just a regular DMV processor and not actually do the driving test audit. I don't know if that's what it's called.
Yeah. I don't know. We've been long aware of Simon Parks. I think this is a great showing for him. I need to ask, though, did he really call that phone line? And was it because it was close to the airport? Because he's like a driver. Okay, anyway.
I don't know.
Sorry. I thought you were throwing to a clip.
I wasn't sure if you were throwing to a clip or asking us a question. But I'm still just, he has sex with the cat queen 4 times a year?
Yeah, he gets 4 a year.
What kind of schedule are we on here?
Seasonally.
Once per season.
Twice
maybe twice.
Yeah.
Maybe twice. Yeah. Maybe like at the beginning of a season, once in the middle of a season. I think it depends on her.
Just such a random number for like a yearly amount of times to have sex with your partner. But
look, this is being vetted by a MASH.
16 would be a more random number. About like 15, 16 times a year.
I don't know. I guess this isn't his partner though. This is his side piece, the cat queen.
This isn't. Mom must have hooked them up. Mom put in a good word to this other the cat queen that her son was cool or whatever. They play another MASH call. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but I need to ask: is she making up words here?
This changes you. You can never be the same person again because your mental framework is completely reorientated.
Reorientated. I don't know.
Look, they invented the language, so I think they can do whatever they want with it.
Reorientated?
Well, okay, so what you would say, I'm going to, if you need to get
reoriented.
Something oriented, right? Yeah.
You can reorient.
It's already been oriented once, and now it needs to be orientated.
I mean, we're not one to pick nits, but let's pick this part.
Google says it's a word, Russ. Google says,
fine.
It says reorientated is a word.
Orientated.
Reorientate.
Hey, at least they're not saying, at least they're not using the word conversate.
Oh my God.
She threw some extra T's in there. Anyway, Speaking of tease, Simon Parks is just the teaser, though, because they quickly move on to my new favorite abductee, 49-year-old housewife Chantel, who has a very unique look. I want you guys to imagine Jerry Blank or Rachel Dratch being a backup singer for the B-52s. She's rocking like a very mod beehive. I can't sum it up any better than the narrator, though, so take it away.
Oh, my God.
Chantel is believed to be the most abducted person in Britain, with countless reported encounters with aliens. One of Chantel's most vivid abductions occurred whilst with her 24-year-old son Dominic outside her local shop.
We got to about here, didn't we, Doms? We got to about here. There were me, Kath and Dominic walking along to the shop. Kath, my mate, noticed it first. She looked up into the sky. She says, "What's that?" And I looked up. It was triangle with all different coloured lights all underneath. Pink cerise, neon blue, white, purple. And she says, "What's that?" And when I seen it, I knew straight away what it were. I thought, oh no. And she says, "What?" I says, "Get ready. We're going to be taken." Because I already knew who it was, what it was.
So they say Louisiana people sound stupid. Holy shit. She makes Jeremy Leonard sound like James Earl Jones in that clip.
Okay. Well, I mean, pump the brakes real quick. Disagree. I think they both sound silly.
It was
just
triangle.
Equal levels.
Oh, man.
Equal levels of silly.
They are like Roald Dahl characters. This family, all of the people that are featured in this thing, they all are like, yeah, you nailed it. They are like some weird bizarro world B-52s.
Yeah. I think you really nailed it with the Jerry Blank.
Jerry Blank with a beehive. Yeah, she's an older lady with a beehive, still rocking this in 2013. And she sees aliens. And the best I could gather from that is she sees aliens while walking to the grocery store. And she holds the title of the most abducted person in Britain, allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
The most abducted. Did she get a trophy for it?
Anybody can say anything. Like, you can just say that you get abducted every single day, and that makes
Who awarded her that title?
How did they understand that she even said it? That's all. I'm like, wait, what did she say? She might have said something completely different. They're like, I think she said she's the most abducted person. No, I was abducted the most in person.
I was watching this with a friend of mine, and she was complaining how she couldn't understand this lady. And I don't know if this was just a result of, an edible I had taken, but I had zero problem understanding her. I'm like, no, I understand her. She does sound dumb, but like I understand every word she's saying.
And I don't mean to, I want to say I do love Chantel, and I did kind of interrupt that story in the middle. Let's hear more from Chantel.
Like, and it was just above that chimney there.
Just there?
Yeah. They float out at craft. They float down out the craft, and that's all I can remember. We didn't get to the shop because they took us out, and before we knew it, we can't even remember walking back home. We were put more or less outside the front door, just turning key in the door.
Okay, I'm lost now. I thought this was English. I recognize those words, but the order in tense is very confusing.
Just turning key in door. What? Like, what? What did you like? What are you talking about? You went home. It's all you got to say is you went home. Her son was with her for this one too, which is extra weird.
Yeah, Doms.
Yeah, We're gonna meet Doms, but exactly. I just have a soundboard clip that says, "What is she saying here?"
Because they took us out, and before we knew it, we can't even remember walking back home. We were put more or less outside the front door.
Before you could quite remember what was going on, you were put out right outside your front door. Yeah.
All right,
so
Drea's the Chantel
before you knew it was
whisperer.
happening, you're back at your front door.
So she's talking about alien experiences. Of course, she's the most abducted person in Britain. And we learned that the specific alien species responsible for her record-holding abductions are the Greys, of course, which she talks about here.
When the Greys come to take me, they wear black clothing. They wear a black polo neck jumper, what comes right up to the chin.
Yeah.
They wear black trousers and a black blazer jacket.
Trousers?
Like they're wearing a suit, but without the shirt. They don't wear, I've never noticed them in all these all-in-one jumpsuits, whatever they call them, all-in-one suits.
But Greys aren't your normal run-of-the-mill aliens. They appear to have a sense of humour.
They are.
They were moving things, trying to send me bonkers, actually.
What was moving?
Ornaments, everything. They moved my fags, my cigarettes.
No.
They did. I put them on there and they moved my cigarettes. And I looked for them. I couldn't find them. Just walked out there to look. I thought, well, I haven't put them there. And I come back and they were there again. They were moving things. They did them behind here. This is what they do sometimes before they take you. They like to play tricks.
Oh, those sneaky, tricky grays. I love the regional flavor of the grays here. They got black polo shirts, black trousers, suit jackets. These grays are right fashionable.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, I mean, I guess she was trying to describe that they have a uniform, but because she tried to say it's like all in one.
No, she was
like
saying it wasn't.
onesie.
She was saying it looked more like
not.
No,
like
she's
a
saying it looks like a suit with no tie.
They're wearing
or-
trousers.
Oh, it's like
Yeah.
a tracksuit, basically. They're like the Miles Kane of aliens. I picture
See,
them.
I'm not gonna trust her judgment on like what it looked or didn't look like. Well, you sound like you are very tired. Let's be nice about it. You sound a little bit confused.
I like their style though. The grays, it's like all black. They're kind of like goth grays. These are a little darker grays.
They're darker, but they're lighter also, because I thought things were like more intense leading up to abduction, not like lighthearted cigarette hiding.
Oh my
Well,
god,
that's what I mean,
I lose
too.
mine
It's like-
sometimes. Am I getting abducted?
Ornaments, everything. They moved my fags, my cigarettes.
I hate the way the narrator had said that these aren't like ordinary grays, or they're not your typical aliens. Like that's exactly what the typical aliens
The
are.
most
Grays
typical.
are what people think of.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you talking
These
about?
aren't green little men. They're actually gray. It's like, yeah, we've established that. Those are.
Yeah, no one
your
thought they were green
run-of-the-mills
for
now.
ages.
but the thing that makes these guys different, these ones have a good sense of humor, and so they're my kind of
Yeah.
grays. I like a funny
Right?
gray. I appreciate
They
a
call
funny
that
gray.
good.
Yeah, and I think I don't know. I wish that they played more tricks. I want to know more about these grays that are playing tricks on her. Like if that's part of their schedule, they have it blocked off. They're like, all right, today.
These are like leprechauns or something
Yeah,
she's dealing with.
the most
She just
tricky
called her Ash
grays.
about leprechauns. They're like, I don't know. We didn't get any calls because there's not been a lot of airport traffic this week.
These are the same grays that were fucking with Stan Romanek when they were like tossing
Yeah.
USB things around in his room and like
When they were trying to get him convicted for child pornography.
Yeah, peeking in his
Those-
window,
These are
like-
these kinds of
Ornaments, everything.
aliens.
They moved my fags, my cigarettes.
yeah.
I have no
Well,
idea
Rob,
where the hell that come from.
You would you would not be happy though if some grays were playing tricks on you and like hid your weed.
Oh, that's
You're
fucked
like,
up.
oh fuck no. Yeah. So
I'll just go buy more
she's
weed,
probably not
though.
laughing.
Honestly, I feel like
Yeah.
sometimes
You'd find it before you got
it
there. They're not that
disappears
cruel.
so quickly that maybe the grays are taking it, but I just go and get more anyway. So it wouldn't. I
That's
don't think it would
what-
really. I wouldn't
Rob's
even
is
notice.
That's what I usually say.
Rob's-
Like, fuck, it's gone already.
Yeah.
Fucking aliens smoked
Robin
it
his
again.
fake stoner bit where he smokes said, all right, enough. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you out on that. But so yeah, Chantal claims to have been abducted since birth, but she's now in her late 50s and she's had enough of it. She has been patient for too long. She says it's time to take action. What action is she going to take? We'll find out in a little while. Let's put a pin in that because we get to meet our third confession of an alien abductee. This is 52-year-old Marie, who hails from Kensington, London, where she works as a freelance accountant from her flat. She gets to work from the flat, and she is visited
Nice.
by spacecraft. But big deal, 25% of Britons see those. That's what we learned in the beginning of this. So what
Oh.
else? What else is going on? Their stats are shitting on their own people. What else has she got going on to make her special?
As well as seeing ships, Marie believes alien implants have been put in her body.
Well, I've got the one in my arm. I mean, it's not attached to anything. It's not sore. You can see a slit in my eye here, and this silver. It's like a little V thing there going in.
Marie has decided to go and see the technology expert of AMASH, Miles Johnston, to check if she really does have alien implants. An ex-broadcast engineer, Miles has all the latest equipment for the job. First, he checks for any magnetic fields in Marie's brain.
There. See, it went up to 0.1.
Miles says the average measurement is a third of this reading.
Seems to be very, very pencil thin.
In
Differences.
tiny dot of an area.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Do you think maybe they're emitting signals and it's spiking because of that?
Ah,
maybe?
there. When you said that, it went up to 0.284.
Oh my god.
So when you responded to it,
Yeah.
it responded to you, whatever it is.
Oh, Miles.
Okay, this is...
Next, he checks for any radio transmitters.
It's a dolphin implant. It's got like sonar or something.
I thought it was a kitty cat.
This is so stupid. This guy does not look like he's a professional when they show him.
Dude.
He looks like he is stoned off something. He's got
He looks
a bunch
creepy as fuck.
Oh, Miles,
He's
the
got a-
broadcast
Yeah.
engineer of a MASH. Oh, he's great.
He's got a bunch of stud finders and metal detectors laid out on a table that just look like stuff you can go buy at the hardware store. But
Right.
he is so determined. And I love his reaction when he starts scanning her head with that thing.
Yeah, but this is one of the believers, though. She thinks she's got implants in her.
Oh, this is, yeah, they're all believers. This guy, though, fucking, I hate his energy. He creeped me out so much. The way he looked and like leaned and just all these things. Like he's going to say whatever somebody wants to hear.
He's an undercover
to just
alien.
kind of lure them in. Yeah, you think?
Yeah, I think he's an undercover alien.
So
I think
that's
he's
why
like,
they're close to the airport.
That's why, he's throwing them off their track too. He's like, oh yeah, these readings are so off. You have to.
He's infiltrated them.
Oh God.
I think he's using this as part of this because it's always a compelling piece of evidence, these pieces of metal that are embedded in people, but it also seems to lead to nothing definitive ever. They have never hacked into one of these implants, I don't think. This Miles guy, yeah, he is very impressed with it, though, because he is here to do serious abduction research, allegedly. That's why he's got all these great tools. And I say that because I find some of his techniques a little questionable.
In his back garden, Miles has a blackout tent for further tests.
So what do I need to take off my top?
Just pull your top up.
See?
He's got a special
You see?
UV lamp to check for any traces left by aliens.
Oh.
A and S research have discovered that if you've had contact with other beings, they leave a residue on your body.
No.
And it glows in various colors.
Yeah.
We're seeing a slight glow there.
For Miles, the evidence is conclusive.
Totally.
Well, there obviously something is happening in your head with something.
They're active.
And they're active, and they seem to be doing.
For sure.
They have a purpose. We don't know what that is. We simply don't have enough information at this stage. So the only way forward is to develop more techniques to get more information.
Oh, this guy sounds like a real creep. He's got a blackout tent in his yard. Is this what Amash is doing to people who call them or happen to be outside the airport?
What is his title?
He's an ex-broadcast engineer with
there is no
blackout
title.
tent.
No title.
Broadcast engineer.
He's got no
so that's
active
no
title. Nothing. He's just a
Think
guy.
about
Yeah.
this.
This
So
is
this was
his
10
new
years
title.
ago.
It's just creep.
Think this was 10 years ago. Imagine the innovations that he's dreamed up now. He's like, oh, get in this abductee swing harness and drink this alien remember juice I whipped up while I just locked the door on my isolation van. It's like, I won't hide
Listen,
your
you need
cigs,
total
I promise.
sensory deprivation, and that includes consciousness. Smell this rag. Don't worry, it's nice.
Unfortunately, I've got 3 soundboard clips. I'm not even setting them up. I'm just going to play. Here's the first one.
Just pull your top up.
And we've got...
Well, there obviously something is happening in your head with something.
Something?
Yeah.
So
If you've had
scientific.
contact with other beings, they leave a residue on your body.
Jesus.
That's some
True.
gaslighting
Fuck.
right there for what's to come in his blackout tent and his UV.
Yeah,
Why does he
what's
need
to
the
come?
UV light to show off after?
It's disgusting.
What's he talking about? What is the residue? Like, I've never heard of this. This is a thing?
Sweat. Rob,
Just sweat.
you know, with black lights.
I know, but like, do they? Since when are you covered in it? Like, they take you and they drop you back off covered in alien goo. Like,
If you've had contact with other beings, they leave a residue on your body.
If certain letters to Penthouse were to be believed,
And he said he just said beings.
okay, so
He didn't
maybe
say
like
aliens.
if
We're
they
all
just
beings.
if they grab your arm, because in that point they're like he's going across her arms and he's kind of showing like he's like, oh yeah, there's a residue there.
Yep.
If you look, there's a little bit of
Or
residue.
arms. What are you talking about? He said
jizz everywhere. Yeah.
Just pull your top up.
Yeah, they didn't show that though.
Yeah, no.
I
And then
had
the
the
thing is,
director's cut,
after
sorry.
that, after she did take her top off, he was checking her arm. She didn't need to take her top off at all.
That's true. That is true.
Jesus.
But it worked.
Well,
Yeah,
he
it
got her in the
worked.
blackout tent. If you're there, you might as well go for it. But Marie
I
eventually
think she
leaves.
wanted to go into the blackout tent, though. To
She
be
did.
fair.
What
She's
happens in
ready
the
to just-
blackout tent stays in the blackout tent.
To be fair.
So she eventually leaves the blackout tent in a haze and seems to have more questions than answers about her situation, leaving her there. So thankfully, this doc goes back to my favorite of the confessing alien abductees. We're going to put a pin in Marie now. She's a little dazed. We're going back to Chantel, who goes a little deeper into her constant and record-holding alien contact.
Even when I just went to walk through park there that time, I've experienced it before, being abducted just by walking through park. Just wanted some time to myself, get a bit of fresh air, you know, clear my mind, you know, and clear my head like, and I've been taken.
Some days she struggles to even leave the house on her own.
So how are you feeling at the moment?
A bit nervous, like, a bit. Yeah, I am, I'm all trembling.
Really?
Yeah. My hands are shaking. I get a bit panicky.
Why is that?
I think it's just fear, being taken.
So what, do you think they're up there right now?
No idea. Might be.
You know what? Now I feel bad. This sounds like torture. Look, even if...
Well, there obviously something is happening in your head with something.
But I like Chantel, and she does feel a little bit at moments in this. She's the funniest one, but also seems like she does have a little bit of fear about this.
Oh, dude! I mean, look, I don't want to get too much into what underlying things might be leading to these people's stories. I don't know. I do definitely feel really bad for her. I feel bad for all of them, really. They all seem to be just kind of suffering.
Dude, this is the dip. This is when we get a little sad in this. Don't worry, we're going to pull it back up.
She's a little haunted.
Bring it even lower for a second.
She's a little haunted.
Yeah,
we're going to stay down here for a minute. She's pretty haunted. You could tell by her eyes. There's definitely some stuff going on in there. And you can tell. Like even when he asked her, he's like, "Do you think they're up there?" She's like, "I don't know." It's like maybe not. Who the fuck knows? Like who cares?
Yeah, she's got some other stuff going on for sure.
She does, and she gives the whole appearance of kind of the forever young. I mean, she's like in her 50s, and she's dressing like the 80s, and I got no problem with that. I think it's awesome.
Oh, hey, yeah, do you.
She seems a little lonely, too, about it, but she's also being abducted all the time, so let's pull back in. Chantel has more to reveal, and I swear I did not discover the show until after the Christmas Monsters episode. There's a wild synchronicity that I should probably pay attention to.
See, they tend to sometimes observe me when I step out.
Oh, do they?
I do see the craft. They let me know they're there, just to reassure me that they're there. Like, they're watching over me or being protective. I don't know what it is.
Despite her constant fear, Chantal does make it home today. Her son Dominic and his best friend Danny have brought back the evening meal.
You're getting stressed, Chantal.
I know, I get like this sometimes. I'm fine.
Talking about the abductions.
Yeah.
For Chantal, takeaways often seem to be a trigger for abductions.
And what happened while you eating
We just sat eating it. We just noticed missing time. We're eating Kentucky. We looked at time. 2 to 2.5 hours had passed by. But when I noticed all these strange body markings on my body, the bruising everywhere and the needle marks on my right wrist. I get abducted a lot when we're not eating Kentucky like, but it seems to happen a lot as well when we're eating Kentucky or anything to do with chicken.
Anything to do with chicken? The Colonel strikes again. KFC will make you an abductee.
What the fuck?
ADT.
Dude, just chicken overall strikes again. We've got KFC and Popeyes.
Well, I used to leave them some fried chicken because I didn't eat that.
There you go.
What is even happening to us with the Popeyes? And listen,
it seems to happen a lot as well when we're eating Kentucky or anything to do with chicken.
There's something there. Anything to do with chicken seems to be paranormally connected.
Guess that makes him part human.
Oh my God.
Part chicken.
Part human, part chicken. I could go on and on, but she also says this.
Granted, chicken's okay.
We're eating Kentucky. We looked at time. 2 to 2.5 hours had passed by.
I don't know if they're eating the Kentucky for 2 to 2.5 hours. That's a lot of Kentucky time.
I don't like how they call it eating Kentucky.
I actually like that. I like that a lot.
Now I want Kentucky Fried Chicken to come back to Louisiana.
I just want them to eat Kentucky.
You can't say I eat Popeye. We were eating Popeye and we were enjoying a Popeye. We put Popeye in a mouth.
Imagine if it was known as Louisiana's Popeye, Louisiana's Popeye's kitchen. Then she would have called it, oh yeah, we're just eating Louisiana.
Okay, I like that a little better for some reason.
Be a bit different.
She would never say that.
No.
Kentucky sounds like there's meth involved.
It seems to happen a lot as well when we're eating Kentucky or anything to do with chicken.
What does she mean? It seems to happen a lot when we're getting takeaway. Like, what does that mean?
I was trying to decipher that, and I don't know if it's something about either the aliens are very, very interested in our fast food culture,
Colonel?
or
what?
Or it could mean that when she's not taking very great care of her body, then the aliens are like, we got to intervene. She's fucking eating fried chicken again.
No, I think she's always eating fried chicken.
It seems like an everyday thing. Yeah, that doesn't seem like otherwise. I mean, she is the most abducted woman in Britain, so technically,
if you call KFC Kentucky, you're eating that shit way too much. You're way too familiar with it.
Yeah. She's on a first name basis with Kentucky Fried Chicken.
She's like, listen, I am great friends with Mr. Kentucky himself. Okay, thanks.
All right. I love you, Chantel. We'll get back to Kentucky in a little bit. So we're going to get back now to Simon Parks. And Simon Parks, we get a little action scene with him because, of course, he's in a car. Simon Parks thinks an Audi is following him. He loses them because he's a driving instructor.
He's so paranoid.
He thinks he's being chased, but he is a driving instructor. But then we meet Marie again, and she thinks she's had her DNA changed by aliens. So Amash is on the scene testing that. And while waiting for the results from Marie, they hook her up to a lie detector to find out scientifically if she is a liar.
She's volunteered to undergo a polygraph. Miles is going to film it and put it on the net.
I'm sure I'll pass because I know I'm not lying. So it should tell that.
Terry Mullins is the chairman of the British Polygraph Association.
So what I want to do now, Marie, is put these components on you.
Marie will be asked questions she has to answer yes or no to.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to lie to me on this test?
No.
Have you deliberately falsified any information you have given about being abducted by aliens?
No.
Before this year, do you remember making up stories to make your life appear interesting?
No.
Have you deliberately lied to any person about your alien experiences?
No.
Have you deliberately lied today about being abducted by alien craft on a number of occasions?
No.
That's all your questions.
Okay.
How do you think you got on with your test?
I think I should have been okay.
Well, I'm going to tell you, Marie, that you didn't.
I find that hard to believe.
Oh my God.
You
can tell by the laughter.
You are not the abductee. Machines don't like Marie.
Oh man, there were so many things wrong with her answers before she even started the test. How just the way she was answering, like, well, I think I'm going to do fine because I have never lied, like ever. Like I've been telling the truth from the very beginning, and so I think I should be. I'm going to do so great. People who are really, really telling the truth, who really went through something, would just be like sitting there, like, okay,
well, like,
I'll start the test whenever you're ready.
The wavering level of confidence that she has, where she's very confident at one point. At the end, he's like, how'd you think you did? Oh, I think I did all right. I think I probably did all right.
Done okay.
I can read this immediately. Like,
how are you
I know
not sure?
The second you say it.
How are you not sure?
Yeah. You don't even need the polygraph. In fact, she probably wasn't even hooked up to one. They just looked at her body.
No, I believe that guy. I believe that guy.
He is like a polygraph expert, and he's got.
I mean, I saw him doing it, but you could have faked her out, and she still would have had the same tells.
Yeah, you're right, because his questions are great. I like the one about making up anything to make your life seem interesting. I think no matter what, you should say yes to that, even if it's unrelated. You know what I mean? You should.
It's a good idea.
You ever made up anything to make your life interesting? Be like,
sure.
Yes,
everybody's done that.
I tell people that I do a podcast. It's weird.
People lie sometimes, and sometimes even to make things more entertaining on podcasts, they do that,
right? Or make them seem interesting, right?
Yeah.
So yes, we all lie about making ourselves seem interesting.
Anyway.
Well, Marie has issues, as you can tell with this. She's not jumping on, but the polygraph expert is now going to explain to Marie exactly why she did not do well on this test. And Marie takes this news and makes it entertaining.
The first relevant question is this, and that is, Have you deliberately falsified any information you have given about being abducted by aliens? And you got a -4.
Well, I haven't really told you that much about being
You don't
abducted.
have to tell me much. You can only have to tell me once.
Complete rubbish. Okay. Complete rubbish. I don't believe you.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
We're not dealing.
Well, you're
with...
saying it hasn't happened. I'm not lying. I told the truth today, 100%.
We're not dealing
You're
with
saying
something
I'm lying.
tangible.
No, I just don't like being called a liar. I haven't lied.
I didn't call you a liar.
Well,
Maria.
basically, you are saying
Oh,
that.
okay. Well, that's
Because
that's your
deceptive. I'm not a deceptive person. I never have been my whole life. I've been totally
honest. Did you want
honest.
me to do my job correctly?
Yeah, of course.
Then that's what I've done.
Well, I don't believe the results because that's impossible.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Finally, leave it to the Brits to do what all the abductees should do and call out these sham lie detector loons, man.
It doesn't take much, right? It's like he said, like, I didn't call you a liar. These results are just showing that you were very nervous.
Well, or just not 100% truthful about these things. He's not saying that you lied, but I'm just saying,
right?
You didn't tell
I mean,
the
like
truth.
we all know that
That's all I'm
the whole
saying.
polygraph things, right? They're not always admissible in court. In fact, I think they hardly ever are.
No, but this is on camera,
But-
though, which is even worse than on. in
Oh yeah,
court.
this is different because and here's the proof is seeing their reaction. Like he could have even lied. Maybe she had passed, but if you just say like, "Oh yeah, you didn't
Let
pass,"
me hook you up to this.
Just looking at the reaction.
I'll see what you're doing.
I
here.
mean, think about the delusional level of confidence that it takes to hire a lie detector specialist to come to your house and then to get mad at them for detecting lies.
Yeah, this is Amash's guy. They have it. He's in Amash's deep pockets. And look, I'm just happy they both got in each other's faces about it. It was so petty.
Of course you are.
But yeah, hey, I think they're probably shag after this. It sounded like a lot of tension was going on.
Oh, a bit of a tug.
But breaking the tension, they shift away from Marie and back to our old friend Simon Parks, and we get a peek into his personal life and hobbies.
As a Labour Town councillor, he's constantly busy sorting out important local issues.
They wanted to sell the shed.
And at home, he's kept on his toes by his 9 cats.
Cats are a matriarchal society.
Are aliens matriarchal?
Some of them are. Just some of them are.
What about your aliens?
Male.
Male.
Male dominated, very, very clearly.
But he does find some time to go into town for some essential supplies.
So that's a good one. Going to have that one. And these are nice, big, thick colouring crayons, which are just ideal. I know they're for kids, but they're actually absolutely ideal. So we're going to have those as well.
Are you talking about for your mum? What green does your mum have?
That sort of colour. That's a really good colour.
Simon spends hours drawing his experiences. He finds it helps him come to terms with them.
Big. It's with his big,
thick kids.
Wait, hold on, I had to get it. He's got his.
These are nice, big, thick colouring crayons, which are just ideal.
And his name is Simon, and he loves to do drawings. I mean, this is kind of ridiculous, but I actually want one. I would like to know if some Simon Parks drawings are available.
Oh, I thought you said you would like a Simon.
I'm pretty sure
that could be arranged.
I'm pretty sure we can probably get you some of his drawings, but I don't think he's as sought after as someone say like David Huggins. But maybe we can get you a Simon
He's the
Parks.
British Huggins. He's a British Huggins for sure.
He's really not.
Yeah.
He
mean,
has sex and has alien babies and a cat mom. He's even better.
He's still drawing with crayons, Russ.
He's like, yeah, they're for kids.
They are. I mean, like, when was the last time that you saw
for big, thick kids,
like an artist using crayons? That wasn't a 5-year-old. It's
he's not an artist. He's a lover.
But he spends
alien lover.
hours drawing his experiences. Hours.
So
you would think he would get a little better.
By Russ's own admission that he's not an artist means that he is not the British David Huggins, because David Huggins is an artist. A very serious artist.
Yeah, he's an amazing artist.
All right.
So good.
All right. But his name is Simon. He loves to do drawings. I can't help it. I enjoy the Park stuff so much. But Parks has more to say about the alleged alien he calls Mum.
Why do you call it Mum?
Because when I was a very small child, the very first recollection I have was being lifted out of my cot only thing I can remember after that is it saying to me, you will never be hurt, you will never be harmed.
Does your alien mum protect you in any way?
I think I'm fairly clear in my head that I'm monitored very closely. And if there is anything that seriously is about to happen or does happen, then I'm fairly, confirmed in my own mind that they will intervene. They have intervened in the past.
He's too blessed to be stressed. He has like a golden ticket of magic alien mums.
I mean, I would feel pretty blessed if I had an alien mom. I mean, I feel pretty blessed to have my own mom. So, double points.
You've heard of guardian angels? Well, these are guardian grays.
Yeah, Grays in the outfield or whatever they are for him. But he's like I said, a golden ticket. He can do no wrong. He's like, who's that blind cartoon character? Anyway.
Who's that blind cartoon character? Magoo?
Thank you. He's Mr. Magoo. He's doing whatever he wants. He's going to survive. He's got like this alien angel always protecting him from his own buffoonery.
I want to know these stories about when they saved him. Like he briefly mentions that, but just kind of keeps rolling through. Doesn't even really get into it.
I don't think he has any, dude.
No, I'd settle for a drawing of it. That's fine. I know I enjoy this stuff a lot, which is why I'm glad that they included his origin story because I had forgotten.
Simon says when he was a small boy, he had a terrible accident that normally would have been fatal.
According to what the doctor had said, and the doctor's the professional, the doctor was basically saying you should have been in hospital, your spine was snapped in half. I'd fallen down, 8 foot or so of concrete channeling, done myself quite a nasty mischief. How on earth did I get out of that channel unaided? I have no memory of that at all. Somebody helped me. I'm quite pleased that I've got a guardian angel looking over me.
So without your alien mum, you'd be dead.
Probably, yes.
Yeah, it's quite a nasty mischief indeed. He should be dead. He's being kept alive to this day by his alien cat queen mother.
Jesus, you should be dead for all the mischief, all the naughty mischief you've gotten into. You should be dead.
Got himself in a bit of quite nasty mischief, which is just such a weird way of saying you fell down the stairs.
Right? Like
Simon said,
I got fucked up. I fell down the stairs. Naughty me.
Or like a concrete cavern, whatever he fell down some shit.
It sounds like a culver or something like that.
A concrete channeling.
Yeah, channeling. Whatever that means, it sounds like it fucked him up pretty bad. He should have died.
Yeah.
Thankfully, he didn't, though.
Wrong kid died.
Well, he's got a positive
and he doesn't know how he got like out of that situation, right? Like,
well,
Simon says
that his cat mom saved him, and that anytime he dies,
Simon says
he comes right back. And as interesting as Simon Says Parks is, let's get back to my true love in British alien abductee form, Chantel, who has now had it with all the abducting. So Amash gives her a device that is guaranteed to put a stop to her long nightmare.
This is a mechanism which you can use to assist in your intention. If you want something to go away, this will assist in doing that. So if you want some other entity or something that's causing a few problems, you can use this as a mechanism to disrupt its intention to give you harm.
You say it's some form of device to stop alien abductions. It looks like a mini vibrator. I don't know. Is this device? It's supposed to stop alien abductions, so Miles says.
So it looks like a mini vibrator.
Well, it does, doesn't it? It did it first, and I was just looking at it. Package.
A mini vibrator.
Well, a little on. That won't be any good.
So, I don't know, maybe Amash knows what they're doing. Are aliens going to abduct someone who's going to town with one of these Amash-approved marital aids?
A-smash. I don't know. I mean, I didn't think it looked like a vibrator. I think that she's just got a lot on her mind, and she was just excited to have a dude in her house.
I think anything can be a vibrator around this lady. I think she just anything with batteries. That's look like a vibrator.
Oh, you can plug that in.
Yeah, it go right in my pussy if I just stick it in there, and then it's a vibrator.
In my fanny. Sorry. Sorry.
I don't doubt
vulgar.
that the AMASH guys gave her a vibrator. I just think that maybe they got they got the gifts mixed up. They're like, we got her this little wishing machine to help her, and they're like, oh, we actually gave her the vibrator. And let's be clear.
Oh my God.
I know this is audio. It looks like they describe it in a clip coming up, but it's just like a long phallic crystal with some wires wrapped around it and stuff. But we get a great clip of it. We get.
It looks like a mini vibrator. I don't know.
She feels like she's at our bachelorette party or something.
A mini one to her. See, you said it was a large
pretty
crystal,
big.
but to her, it was mini.
And it's not like the design of it that's the problem. It's the size of it is really the problem. Just look how small it is. It's not going to do anything.
No, not to her. She's had aliens. They can't compete.
Don't they make little ones that people put in their pockets or something? I don't know.
Little mini gray alien shaped ones.
Like talk about.
It looks like a mini vibrator.
Let's talk about that.
I don't know.
I am baffled a little bit.
I just love the way the dude was just like, a vibrator.
Vibrate. I was not expecting
he's totally
Can I
agrees.
say the word too?
Her son is like, get me the fuck out of here.
Oh, that's her
he's about to come in here because Chantel is just as baffled at this as we are. And so is her son, Dominic.
It's weird. I don't know.
Did he not say how it stops it?
I'm sure he said to me on a text that a friend or he knows or someone he knows put his under the pillar. It's supposed to help with abductions or something. Put it under a pillar, and I just don't think this is going to help at all. Nothing. Well, Doms? Yeah. What do you think of this machine? What Miles sent Dominic?
I mean, it's just like a little crystal thing hooked up with wire to a battery.
Yeah, shout out to Dom. Great take on this scam abduction vibrator, which is a crystal and a little wire and whatever he said. You put it under your pillow and it outwits abductions? Is that what you said?
I feel so bad for him.
It's like a little electric dream catcher. Like, what is this thing?
Yeah, it does seem a lot like PP Warren.
Yeah, this British
it really
PP,
does.
British PP mailed this to AMASH. It was like, you put it under your pillow with a GPS tracker and I shall be in there.
Fucking Tooth Fairy's going to come and be like, what the fuck is this? Why are you putting it under your pillow? Is that going to...
Oh, man. I could have made a joke. I'm not going to.
Are the aliens checking under your pillow? Or is this like one of those little things you plug in the wall to keep insects away? But like puts out a sound that you can't hear. It's like one of those styles.
Or like a little barrier. It's a little alien barrier.
Like an infrasound thing.
It's a crystal and a cord and like a cutout battery from like an old remote control car or something. It's very...
Sorry, guys. You cannot like battery a crystal.
I'm so glad that Doms didn't say like, it's a little vibrator. It looks like a little miniature vibrator.
Mini vibrator. I don't know.
Like, yeah, okay. I get the whole like quartz, being used for timepieces in general, but that doesn't sound like that's what this is. If you're just wrapping a wire around it, I don't know. Like, what's it supposed to actually do?
You put it in your fanny.
Oh, right.
And then stick it under your pillow quick after.
Yeah, it's supposed
to. All of you. Never mind.
Outwit abductions. This is outwitting
all
abductions.
of it under the pillow. All right. All right.
So they pause it here and they get back to abductee Marie. And we're going to meet her daughter, Gina. Marie was the one who, of course, failed that lie detector test. But
I'm still pissed about that.
This is the point where it starts focusing on the kids of these abductees, starting with Chantel's son, Dom, who we just met. And he believes that he's been abducted, too, by gray aliens. And then the Marie and Gina stuff, it's too much. I don't want to even touch on that because it's about suicide and alien intervention.
Dude,
just watch
a lot
it.
of this is so sad.
The makers of this were
the trauma that's the root of these people's mental illnesses.
I think it is kind of important to touch on. It's maybe we'll touch on it later.
Well, I want to say the makers of this were actually not cool. I was actually unplugged a little from this one because they got into some very dark stuff with Marie. That's not very fun for a comedy show. So moving on.
Yeah,
we're going to move on.
We got a problem with the creators of the show for not making this part funny. Because that's the real issue is that
they were having so much fun up till this one moment.
Dare you bring on somebody who has like problems and traumas that lead them to believe that they're being abducted by aliens?
They added constantly. Some depth to this documentary and
some explanation.
An explanation to why she's so angry at that man who gave her that lie detector test. Because a lot of people probably are wondering where that came from. Or this other woman where why takeaway seems to trigger her abductions. Maybe it's trauma related.
I thought it was.
It seems to happen a lot as well when we're eating Kentucky or anything to do with chicken.
Yeah, Chantal is on a completely different spectrum from Marie and all this, who is fighting lie detectors. She's fighting Kentucky and her cigarettes. So let's go back to the innocent drama where we catch up with Amash, who, unfortunately, even being airport adjacent, they somehow got hacked by aliens.
Welcome to MASH Reports number 3. Now, we've been compiling this under a little bit of strain and difficulty. The MASH project's had a few attacks, a few problems.
Support group Amash was apparently infiltrated by an alien called a shadow being who wiped computer files.
So I'd seen a red dot, and then suddenly about here is where I saw the being. And I think that guy was a projection from some special black ops. I really do. Yeah. And that they were here to disrupt what we're doing. But they don't.
I have lost terabytes of files when I've been doing these kind of edits.
Despite these attacks, Amash planned to carry on providing support for people visited by aliens.
It was like scaly and red and quite big and roundish.
Yes, that is a guy from Amash. The shadow being, the terabyte terror from beyond our world, this small, red, round, scaly thing has ripped all their files out. I'm sure there was all these great files from the isolation tent videos are probably all gone now. Probably all the good stuff has disappeared. All that alien residue, remember?
If you've had contact with other beings, they leave a residue on your body.
And then they take it back.
Fuck off. Ew.
So, wait, let's figure this out real quick. So the aliens had to get a shadow person, or they can turn into shadow people. This is new lore that we're introducing here. That the aliens they can work with these shadow people or these shadow creatures. They infiltrated this facility and they went into their computer and they deleted shit and they fucked with their folders and stuff. They renamed stuff like "fuck you" and they just like changed things around and changed their wallpaper to like
Chantal nudes,
like a dog's asshole.
And they're like,
"Fuck you."
Like what? Like get your own email, change the password.
It's just a virus.
Fuck you.
Like if they have that technology, can't they just hack into their computer and do that stuff without having to go there? Why do they physically need to break in like their fucking Solid Snake?
Mission Impossible.
Yeah,
red
what
alien,
the hell is
scaly
this?
guy.
And what thing they show is like the Oogie Boogie Man broke in. When in the documentary, they show like a picture. They're like, this is an illustration of the shadow person. And it's just like a Oogie Boogie ghost man.
And the way he's describing it, he's like, it's scaly.
He's making it up. He's making it up.
Round?
None of it made sense. I was like, ew, what the fuck are you describing?
I was trying to put it together in my head. It sounded like
drag queen Santa.
It sounded like a red version of the brother from Weird Science when he gets turned into that like blob guy. I was like,
okay,
what are talking about?
It's a little bit. That's funnier.
It's a deep cut. It's I don't know, man. I don't know what he was describing. Did not sound like the same thing that the other lady was talking about, though. Didn't seem like a shadow person.
It was a weird turn for this when you're at all these confessions and things get all deep and now you're worried about they're losing their files.
I love this, though, that there's like, listen.
What, cross-examination?
The fucking aliens broke in and they stole our shit because we got too close. Or the government broke in and stole our shit because we got too close. We don't know, but it could be one or the other.
Hey, at least the government's not coming in and like making them flip their pens or putting child pornography on their computers out of nowhere.
That is true. They do that sometimes. And also
when they're feeling threatened,
you could tell this dude, he's just like, he's accidentally like broken a lot of hard drives before and lost a lot terabytes. And he still
accidentally,
he's blaming that on the alien. The fucking aliens did that shit.
I don't know. I didn't put it together before, but the whole isolation tent and all that stuff from earlier, it's all coming together that people are going to watch this and go, wait a minute, what's going on? You film what's going on there? So maybe that's a little bit terabytes of footage of Marie and the residue.
He is a terror.
Oh, so we're nearing the end of this great expose on Amash and the many abductees of Britain. And we're going to get to Marie's big conclusion. And that was the DNA test results from that test earlier. You remember that? Where she had to do the lie detector because they're like, she thinks she has alien DNA, so we can give her a test. But That's going to take a while, so let's just hook her up to a lie detector. We can get that instantly.
Let's test her. Let's just test her baseline first. Let's see like where she's at, like without.
Yeah, we might be able to throw out the whole DNA test.
Expensive thousands of dollars of DNA testing. Maybe we could just give her a lie detector testing.
No, they did the DNA test, and it turns out she does not have alien DNA.
What?
But Marie believes she closes out by saying she believes she is close to learning more, though, even though she failed every scientific test available. But she still has hope. Then they close on Simon Parks, which was kind of just sad. They talk about how he was raised by a single alcoholic mom who was very emotionally absent. But luckily, he had Cat Mom to provide support in that area. And that was kind of the arc of Simon Parks. I didn't realize that he talked about having a very lonely childhood, that his mother was there, but she was an alcoholic. He never ate with her once. But when Cat Mom came to him, his story is really sad.
Yeah. It sounds like he was almost coping for what he was dealing with.
Almost.
And used this Cat Mom imaginary figure as his, alien.
Or well, maybe,
friend.
I think we're not allowed to use the word alien anymore.
I don't even know what to call them. I don't know.
They're just different worlded.
Yeah, I don't know what to even call them.
I mean, think about it. He's got an actual wife now, but he also has Cat Queen, and he has his girlfriend and his baby. He's got a lot going on now. Is he somehow well adjusted enough to pull it off and get married?
He's double parked.
He's already.
He is.
God damn it, Rob.
He's got
That's terrible, and I love it.
He's got multiples going on here, man.
He's so unstable that he has to be double parked.
Exactly.
He needs to have one foot in one reality, one foot in the other, just so that he knows if something goes wrong in either world, he's going to have something to fall back on. Of course, it's out of fear and out of trauma and the lack of nose kisses from his mom. I saw that drawing where there was the nose kiss. Boop. That was adorable.
About the one with the.
These are nice, big, thick colouring crayons, which
I'm sure all of them were done with nice, big, thick crayons. Yeah, I feel really bad for him. I feel really bad for all of them.
But he seems happy. Simon Parks seems happy. Marie seems confused and very sad. And then there's Chantel. So Chantel now, who is fresh off of her first night with the mini vibrator crystal device, which, according to her, was not very effective.
And what about Miles's machine? Did that not work?
This machine? Hang on a minute. This, nah, to not work. This is just a waste of time. So when Miles sent it, I knew it would be a waste of time straight away, so I will send it Miles back.
Last night, Chantel believes there was another alien visitation and the crystal failed to prevent it happening.
Put sheepskin rug along that way, watch it, TV like that, and all of a sudden, I could feel my body lifting up and levitating up, and it's after that, I can't remember anything. It must have levitated up to here, and I seen something go, shoot, past. I seen it with the corner of my eye first, and I thought, oh, what was that? It just went boom, straight past me, just glowing like a neon blue colour, white, and sometimes changing into a gold colour.
Sounds beautiful.
So, yeah. Well, so much for that device. I don't think Chantel believed in it anyway. And she still had an experience. Something came to her that night as she saw a blue, a gold, a thing flying around.
Man, I think something happens to her every night.
Well, especially if they got Kentucky.
I think we need a lie detector test for Chantel, because I feel like she might be fibbing right now.
That machine wouldn't understand what she was saying. I don't think you could do one on her.
I don't even think we need so much a lie detector for Chantel, but like a TV contract.
She is wild. Chantel is a wild woman. I don't know if I think maybe she's convinced herself that this is actually happening, if it's one of those sort of situations. I don't know. I really don't know how to explain it. It's like she wants to go through these experiences, so she does go through them, possibly.
I think they all are in that same boat, honestly.
Like maybe she is experiencing something, like maybe she's having some weird out-of-body experiences due to something else that's going on with her, and she's mistaking it for
she's allergic to one of those herbs and spices, and it's just triggering something in her.
Possibly. That's just what happens. That's just some of the time. That's one of the common denominators of like, oh, this Kentucky, then we're going to get abducted. But there's other times where there is no chicken spices, no matter how many or how secret the recipe is.
And see, it's like it never happens when we're around. That's a problem too. You know, it's always as soon as we leave.
Well, Dom is there. He's holding it down. And he thinks it's happening to him too. He thinks it's generational. And you're right. One of the
It's easy for kids to believe what their parents are telling them.
Imagine how difficult life would be for him if he didn't go along with this. If he didn't just yes end every scenario that she puts him in.
It's true. He does stay with her. He's 24, and they make it sound very uncommon for him to be living with his mother, but he kind of stays there because she's like, I don't want him to go. And part of her arc was that, you know, she wanted these things to stop. That was the whole point of her kind of getting with this. She's like, I'm sick of this. I don't know why this is happening. That's why they give her a device to try to make it stop happening. But the person interviewing and following Chantel is starting to believe that she doesn't want these abductions to stop and that she might actually enjoy all of this.
And were you scared?
No. Yeah, it can be a scary experience, and it's also an amazing experience.
You say you want this to stop, but I'm not sure you really do, Chantal.
No, I don't think I do, to be honest. If they do stop, I'd miss it, basically. They're like, if they stopped abducting me, I'd probably miss them, really, because to me, they're like part of my family. It's like I'm torn between two worlds, this world and their world. That's just how I feel.
Which world do you prefer?
Theirs.
What would you miss if you stayed with the aliens?
I'd miss Dominic, my son, my cigarettes, Kentucky fried chicken, TV. But I think that's about it, really. There's not a lot to miss, is there? But it's just most of all, I'd miss me, my son Dominic.
I mean, that is pretty much everything worth living for. So I don't know. Right. She could probably bring one or two of them with her, you'd think.
I'm pretty sure they would let her bring her son and probably cigarettes. Maybe not the chicken. I don't think the chicken would really keep through space travel. But I mean, that was very sad. That's basically asking a person what's keeping you from, maybe I'm not going to say this particular thing because it's a sensitive topic, but maybe trigger warning, but like this, like it's kind of asking her, if what's keeping you from leaving this world for their world is kind of asking somebody what's keeping you from leaving this world, period. Like what's keeping you from.
Yeah, but I think he was being serious. It's like, well, why can't you just cross over and go with them? And before we wrap up, though, look, that's going to be the poll. I'm not going to ask who is your favorite British alien abductee because Chantel is clearly the best. Indeed. So I'm not even bothering. Instead, this week's poll, what would you miss most if you left the Earth? Is it family, cigarettes, Kentucky Fried Chicken, TV, or other? Just go to unbelieverspodcast.com to vote on that. But I got to ask, I see you champing at the bit, Rob. What are your thoughts on Confessions of an Alien Abductee and especially Chantel?
I mean, I just love her tier list of things that are important to her life, just because I was not expecting cigarettes to come in so tight right after
number two,
her
coming in number two after family, cigarettes, Kentucky, TV.
Yeah, she really like keeps the circle tight of things that are important in her life. And I don't know, it made me think like, for me, like, what are the most important things in my life? Why do I not want to leave and go live with the aliens? And I think that's something that I hope all of the listeners take away from this episode is think right now, what is keeping you here on Earth? What is keeping you from leaving this Earth and going to live with the aliens?
This is going to be some great others. I can't wait. This is going to be the best poll ever. It's going to be great. I'm going to ask you, Drea, you have any final thoughts, though, on Confessions of an Alien or Marie or Chantel or Simon Parks?
I have thoughts on all of them, not necessarily individually. I think it kind of, my thoughts encompass all of them. I feel very deeply and sadly for them because I feel like a lot of this has to do with escapism and some kind of like, there's a lot of horrible things that they've had to deal with in their lives. And that maybe they're, trying to cope in some way. And I don't know. It was just the way that they seemed in the interviews and just their reactions. And I don't know. I felt really bad for them.
Yeah. And I also kind of felt bad for the Amash team too. And I think they're both kind of coping with either a weird belief system or being slightly off. I don't know. I'm not going to say that any of them are lying about any of this. I don't know if Amash is lying. I think maybe they all actually believe this, and maybe it's healthy that they're feeding into it together in different ways through this phone line by the airport, or maybe it's really unhealthy that they're amping each other up to keep this going. I don't know.
It's interesting though, because I feel like it's okay to want to be abducted by aliens. I don't think
that part's fine.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's just when you start making up these stories, that's when it starts to be like, all right, what's really going on here?
Or when it rules your entire life.
Well, when it becomes your whole personality and like you literally stake your flag in the ground that like, this is who I am. I'm the most abducted woman in the UK. Like,
yeah, but she's not cashing in on it though. She's not on like,
no, he didn't say cashing in. It's about where it's making your entire life's purpose and identity. About
like everybody in that town knows her as the crazy UFO lady. Because everywhere she goes, she tells everybody about how she just got abducted by aliens last night.
You might see her as just the Beehive. That's awesome. But come on, how did you find out about her?
The Beehive is literally like the most normal thing about her once you get to know her.
Which is
This
is why I've just
or the Kentucky.
This is why I've fallen head over heels. And look, let's get out now with a song that I'm sure I'll be seeing when Chantel eventually breaks my heart and I go completely batshit. So play as much of it as you can, please.
Yo, I don't think you're listening, Chantel. I loved you, but you cheated with Jonathan from church.
Perfect.
I'm gonna run up and spray him and leave him in the church. Now, all you people cussing me, suck you. I'm here on Charlie in the booth.
Perfect.
All you people cussing me, suck your mom. Wait for this.
You got
Listen.
it. This is it.
He's got it. Hold on. Let him collect himself.
Elephant and Castle, where I grew up. Don't try to take me for a muck. That was perfect.
You win.
I won. Hey, listen.
Perfect.
Hold tight, Adele. Your new track is not bad. But I don't really know what your name is. Listen, yo, if you wanna rock me, I'll bring my arms out to your mum's house and bang you in your forehead. That one's for Chantel. I loved you. You're a J-bag. On Mondays, you're a slut. On Tuesdays, stop calling me. On Fridays, I'm a big man, but I'm not 30. Hold tight, Stormzy, you wanna get murky.
Yeah. Hey, Chantel, thank you for letting me get that out. But wow.
God bless.
Whew.
Is that grime?
Great alien abductee.
Is that UK grime? I think that's what that kind of rap is called. That style of rap, but I've never heard it.
Is that what it's got a name?
I've never heard it.
Look, I thought I'd come in with the hardcore UFO you fuck off song, and we've come out crying about Chantel.
Damn.
Yeah.
Nailed it, man.
Made it through the full arc. Through the full arc.
Whew. Yeah, that was great though. I wish that was a TV show so that I could watch more of it, because I would watch those people. I want to watch more Chantel's life.
They definitely seem like reality stars. Yeah.
Simon Parks. I just want to park myself on the couch and watch his whole life, you know?
I've looked into a little more. They only call her Chantel. Her name is Chantel Piper. I can't really find much about her beyond this documentary.
Good.
But
I hope it was a fake name so that you can't find her.
Probably eating some Kentucky right now.
Probably.
And if you know Dom Piper, I would like to get him on the show or a live stream.
Oh, I know him.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Piper, I just met her.
Yeah, go check out our live streams where I'm sure some of this stuff's going to come out. I actually do have some other British abductee alien stuff that I found that I will be doing. So youtube.com, Unbelievers Podcast. Go subscribe there. We've been doing a bunch of live streams.
African Americans
and British alien abductees as well. But we've got time for one more segment. Drea, what are we doing?
Poll results.
Hold on. Before we do the poll, I just want to say I need to tie up a little loose end from last week. Someone did chime in with what that weird noise was we heard in the Giants episode. That I swear. With the thing, I was like, I don't know, some kind of Art Bell Bigfoot. That is known as the Sierra Sounds. It is called the Sierra Sound. It is a famous Bigfoot recording, I believe. We'll get into it on a live stream or something. But thank you very much, Caleb, for chiming in with that. I really appreciated that. But here we are. This week's poll. Who do you think defeated Porphyrion in the... Oh, wait, hold on. God, I'm going to have to say this question so many times. I better get it now.
Not so easy, huh?
Here we go. Who do you think defeated Porphyrion the giant in the Gigantomachy? And the choices were Hercules, Apollo, Zeus, or U.S. forces. I'm going to ask you, Drea Mora, what do you think the unbelievers said?
Oh, man. U.S. forces.
How about you, Rob?
Hercules.
You're going with Hercules. Well, congratulations, Drea Mora with 46% of the vote. Somehow,
USA.
You weren't paying attention. No one was paying attention.
Somehow, U.S. forces took down Porphyrion the giant in the Gigantomachy.
No.
But of course, there are others who defeated Porphyrion the giant in the Gigantomachy. My wife is constantly talking to someone named Giant D in her phone. Sometimes they meet up to fight.
Oh, no.
At least that's what I think they're doing. She always comes home sweaty and disheveled. Why would she lie about something like that? Signed, the damn creeps. Damn. If you're hearing that on the phone from Giant D, that is not good. Thank you so much.
My God.
The damn creeps. He had a couple of things in there. Why would I lie about something like that?
Oh, this place is giving you the damn creeps, huh? Why don't you cut out your whining,
he
all
did
right?
have a few. We'll give him. We haven't heard. Why would I
Damn
lie
creeps.
about that in so long?
Why would I lie about something like that?
Thank you, the damn creeps.
Thank you.
Who defeated Porphyrion the giant in the Gigantomachy? If you see a dead giant, try rubbing feet. Trust me on this. Rus Ryan from Host Quotes. Host Quotes. I'm coming in 2 weeks in a row with Host Quotes.
Here, next time you're with your girlfriend, start rubbing heads. Trust me on this.
Good one, Host Quotes. You might be in the lead. Who defeated Porphyrion the giant in the Gigantomachy? Long red hair, big beard, is being kept in Ohio? Maybe I am giant. Signed, Unbelievable Penguin. Maybe. Long red hair, big beard. All right.
Yeah.
In Ohio?
You could be.
Sound familiar.
I could play it
Thank
again.
you, Unbelievable Penguin. I think that's a new one. Thanks, Unbelievable Penguin. Who defeated Porphyrion the giant in the Gigantomachy? Howard Storm. He defeated Porphyrion singing Jesus Loves Me, la la la, turning him into a blood log, throwing it at his ex. Fuck you, Beverly. Signed.
Wow.
Hose B. Whoa. Going back to all the great Howard Storm clips. Jesus loves me.
Deep cuts.
Jesus loves me, la la la. Jesus loves me, la la la.
And you gotta have a fuck you, Beverly. It's been a minute.
Oh my God. I mean, I'm pretty sure we still have
I think we made that clip because people asked for it so much. It never existed.
Fuck you, Beverly.
I don't know.
Yeah, they had to make that because somebody won
That
a
could
contest.
be fake lore. I don't know. It could be true. It could not be true. Who knows? It's been a long time.
I remember.
Good
Pepperidge
job,
Farm remembers.
Hose B. Who defeated Porphyrion the giant in the Gigantomachy? The problem with being a giant is they like to be like a secret, but that's hard to do when you look like a big, thick kid. Whoa.
Kinda.
Wow.
You know, they like to be kind of like a secret.
Yep. And
These are nice, big, thick.
Kid.
No.
All right, we got a new one. There we go.
they want
Whoa.
thick kids. You got to give them the thick
yeah,
kids.
because you better get ready, Rob, because thank you so much to Aerosol Telfer and Dick Lycan. They're combining.
Thick kids.
Aerosol Telfer and Dick Lycan. Those guys
And
are
Dick Lycan are
Very
resulting
dangerous
together
crossroads
now.
here.
I'm pretty sure I can just search for Dick and yeah.
You tend to.
Dick Likens and his friend Aerosol Telford.
I'm sorry,
Thank
that
you.
was mean.
Thank you so much, Aerosol Telfer and Dick Lycan, who defeated Porphyrion the giant in the Gigantomachy. Giants are just big paninis. I could take him down myself. Signed, my name is Jeff. Oh, I guess I got it. Giants are just big paninis. I could take him down myself. Thank you. My name is Jeff. Thank you. You have that.
My name is Jeff.
Thank you. My name is Jeff. Who do you think defeated Porphyrion the giant in the Gigantomachy? They have a fight. Triangle wins. Oh, wait, they might be giants, but they'll still personally come to your house and kick your ass. Signed, Corrupted Mask. Whoa. And guess what? Corrupted Mask, you're talking about triangles? So is Chantel.
It would triangle.
Whoa. Corrupted Mask.
I will personally come to your house and kick your ass.
Coming in with the foresight, not knowing that they have a fight.
It would triangle.
Triangle wins. Triangle man. Good job, Corrupted Mask. Who defeated Porphyrion the Giant in the Gigantomachy? I believe it was veganism that killed Gigantomacy. He forgot to eat that man meal.
What?
It was veganism.
See, I told you. Y'all need a man witch in your life.
You're right. I believe it was veganism that killed Gigantomacy. He forgot to eat that man meat or man witch from Boner Yogurt. Thank you so much, Boner Yogurt. Who defeated Porphyrion the Giant in the Gigantomachy? No other for me. I chose Apollo because I saw him beat Rocky in the first film. However, the giant known as Ivan Drago would have his revenge just a few short years later.
Wow.
Signed.
Okay.
Signed, unbeliever Josh. All right. You're right.
But he has no other, he said.
He did another. He did another.
This one doesn't count. This one doesn't count. He just picked
I think
Apollo.
he's just disqualified himself.
All right. Sorry, Josh. You're in
man.
not the lead.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Who defeated Porphyrion the Giant in the Gigantomachy? Penis Envy. Have you seen those Greek statues? Signed, Whooping Hooper.
Not much to envy.
What? I wonder why he feels like that. Is it because every time he looks at it, he sees
a very large, straight-on, hard-on?
Right, and he's all like,
just pull your top up.
Thank you, Whooping Hooper. I guess we got to give him his thing.
Very nice.
That was the Dungarvan Hooper. That was hooping.
And yet that was actually the last one from this week, but I'm going to put a little consolation. We had one from the Dumbest Christmas Monsters we didn't get to last time. It said, my old dad used to dress up as a drunk Irish guy for Xmas and hurl abuse at us for the whole season. Signed, Scared of My Dad Guy. Okay, scared of his dad guy.
Works. Still works.
So festive.
I mean, honestly, his responses just work every week. It doesn't matter what the question is.
Hey,
yeah, he could be dressing up as Santa Claus and hurling insults for the season in July.
Yeah, why not?
It's amazing.
All right, we're counting it. You didn't get in for the Christmas Monsters, but you can get in for Porphyrion the Giant in the Gigantomachy. I liked a lot of these. I like long red hair, big beard is being kept in Ohio. Maybe I am giant, unbelievable penguin. That was a pretty good one.
I do like that.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Speaks like a giant, types like a giant.
Yeah, we also got, my wife is constantly talking to someone named Giant D in her phone. Sometimes they meet up to fight. At least that's what I think they're doing. She always comes home sweaty and
That's
disheveled.
my favorite.
Yeah.
Why would she lie about something like that? That's a good one.
Who was that?
That was from the Damn Creeps.
The Damn Creeps.
Okay.
That was
Yeah,
the
that's
Damn Creeps.
I'm going with them this week.
Like that. Howard Storm, he defeated Porphyrion singing Jesus Loves Me La La, turning him into a blood log, throwing his ex, fuck you, Beverly.
Great
Some
references.
great old pulls
Fuck
there.
you, Beverly.
Yeah, I like none other than me. I chose Apollo. Oh, wait, he discounted himself. Never mind. You don't count. We can't count that one. If you see a dead giant, try rubbing feet. Trust me on this. Rus Ryan from Host Quotes. I think we're all in a little bit of agreement, though. Is it the Damn Creeps?
Yeah.
The Damn Creeps.
It's the Damn Creeps, man.
All right, well, congratulations with my wife is constantly talking to someone named Giant D in her phone. Sometimes they meet up for a fight. At least that's what I think they're doing. She always comes home sweaty and disheveled. Why would she lie about something like that? The Damn Creeps, congratulations. You just won this week's poll results. Well, we have come to the end of the program. Before we go, Drea, Mora, you have anything you want to say?
I just hope that everyone's having a great beginning of the year. Hey, this is the new 6th season. So, I mean, I'm feeling good about it. I think we're all feeling good about it. I hope everyone's feeling good about their new year.
Yeah, I am too. I'm loving that Mardi Gras is right around the corner for me here. I don't really have much to plug this week. I don't know. Go check out check out our YouTube channel. Just subscribe on YouTube. That makes me happy. Or go to Patreon and sign up there. How about you, Rob?
Follow me on all the things at Rob Okey. And you can probably hear me every once in a while on Side Stories. If you want to listen to Side Stories, you may hear me pipe up every once in a while.
Where can they find side stories?
Anywhere where you listen to podcasts.
That's right. Last podcast on the Left Side Stories. That's Rob. And go check him out there. You had no idea, did you? Of course you did. And that's it. That's it. We're going to get out. The Unbelievers podcast host today were Drea, Mora, and me, Rus Ryan. Our producer and soundboard engineer is Rob Okey. Our editor is Issa YZ. You can join our Patreon by going to patreon.com/Unbelievers podcast for monthly bonus episodes and more. You can follow the show on Twitter at Unbelievers Pod and Instagram at Unbelievers Podcast. Our Facebook group is the Unbelievable Podcast Network. And check out our merch store at TeePublic. There's a link in the description. Check it out. Our music advisor is Pandora3373. Our official composer and theme song creator is Unbeliever Aaron, aka Aaron Shilb. Follow him on Instagram at the Aaron Shilb. Our official graphic designer and card maker who designed our logos, Raymond Rowell. Check out his work at Harley Warren Art on Twitter and harleywarren.com on the internet, especially if you love Danny DeVito. Our official guardian of the bench is at Kraken Stack. Our official alien bopper is Nunchuck Bob. And for Patreon, our official reptilian at the post office is Postal Patty. Our official extraterrestrial woman still waiting for hashtag rubbing heads to trend is Crescent Moon. Our official Reverend Doctor of the podcast is the non-Newtonian Druid. Our official Big Island friendly paranormal weatherman is Green Finhawk. Our official procrastinator is Jeffrey Hartner. Our official Baby Yoda publicist is Pam Z. Our official Unbeliever listening between the stations for a message from Art Bell is Scott E. Our official Unbeliever raising puck wedgies is Joe Filler. Our official Madman is Unbeliever Adam. Our official Unbelievers time traveler is Taylor Nelson. Our official Ghost Hunter is Amelia Childs and Ghost Hunting in New England. Our official senior European correspondent is Kane Mill of the I Don't Know podcast. Our official paranormal art curator is Isis Haynes. Our official Rod is Rod Begley. Our official Unbelievers in need of titles are Mike Henry, Todd X, Lid Vicious, Sandra Devil Falls, Ramiro, Trash Baby, Adam Dvorak, Red Troy, Josh, and this week's Unbeliever focus is Wed O'Bex on Instagram, who has a new paranormal program coming soon and reached out for some advice about getting started in the paranormal, podcasting and YouTube world. So, of course, I invited him over for a free consultation where I told him point blank.
Just pull your top up.
It's a new thing. I'm gonna
Good
do
night.
Damn. Yo, on my hotline bling, I'm kind of wavy. BNT, you don't know me. Hold tight, Auntie Benny. I got the soup warming in my belly. Hold tight, Timbo. Hold tight, Mitch. I'm in the car. I got the glitch. I'm gonna go back. It's a bit emotional right now.
You got an
Listen, Charlie, stop that. Let me talk to you for a minute. Yeah. Listen. Don't cut it like that. It makes me sound like a muck. Don't do that.
Sorry.
Listen.
We can
Chantel,
edit that. We can edit that.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Chantel, yeah? Let me tell you something.
Discontinue.